Hello everyone, this is Hodora and Chaos Zero Nightmare just give us a developer note, right? A surprise one. Give us a little bit of preview of upcoming content, right? Pre-season and season 3 schedule. So yeah, let's go through the note together, right? Because new content called Salty. If you don't know, Salty meaning is basically deployment or something along those lines. So yeah, they're gonna introduce new content Salty as a pre-season content before season 3 release, because we're gonna have 3 weeks after the end of current season, right after the end of season 2 until the start of season 3. So Salty gonna fill those gaps, and I believe this mode gonna stay forever. But for now, you're gonna have a lot of time, experience, or play around with this during this pre-season that we have can take a little bit of rest from grinding, save data for Great Rift or whatever, right? So Salty, I'm gonna go lead through this entirely, alright? Because there is some explanation from the dev about what this is about. So to capture the fun of the roguelite deck building experience, Chaos Zero Nightmare was designed so that combatants aren't confined in fixed roles. Instead, their mechanics and synergy evolve based on player specific build, right? This is why someone like Sipela have DPS build, even though she mostly could be a support. Through this design philosophy, they aim to create a diverse gameplay experience where even the same combatant can perform differently depending on player choices. During the early stages of game launch, this build diversity appeared to function as intended. However, with the introduction of competitive ranking content such as the Great Rift, the usage shift towards optimizing save data efficiency. This dominant strategy began to limit the variety of viable build, because as you can see on the current Great Rift right now, you're not gonna use a strange build to try to beat the Great Rift, right? You're gonna usually just use the most optimal one. So in this process, the Epiphany system, contrary to its original design that intent of encouraging diverse choice, become a hurdle because we want only one Epiphany, right? We have 5 choice, but most of the time you only want one, and that is not good, making it difficult to secure the desired Epiphany. This ultimately increased the overall gameplay burden to the portals to us, because we have to farm so much to get the correct Epiphany with a copy with everything else. Although the gameplay burden of acquiring save data was significantly alleviated through previous improvement patch and environment where diverse build can be meaningfully utilized, have not been established with that update. So they therefore conclude that more fundamental improvements are necessary to address this issue. And that's why they introduced Salty, right? Salty is a pure roguelite mode that doesn't give us any save data. It offers a unique gameplay experience separate from the usual normal Chaos run. So they designed Salty so that the choice made by Protoss during the gameplay become decisive factor in clearing the run, instead of just clearing the run with whatever you have, right? Plan your entire run from the start to finish. Instead of that, they have to make a choice matter more. So additionally, because existing Chaos mode preserve player resolve in the form of save data, they have to tune the strength of various element to a certain level in order to keep the gameplay within a certain balance ceiling. That's why they cannot make a broken build, give you a broken item or broken powered up, because they need to design a content for those save data to be used in, and they need a ceiling for those content, right? So yeah, that apply to most build elements such as equipment, fate, include combatant card set, and ultimately diminish the overall appeal of gameplay experience, because we already just 2 run. It's only took 2 or 3 run for you to already figure out how this unit be played optimally, right? So in Salty, these content are removed. So basically, they didn't specifically tell the detail, but I'm gonna assume that the item, the passive from the gear, the equipment you get during the run, the event during the run, the fate power, everything of that gonna be buffed and be really powerful, right? Allow player to fully experience the core appeal of roguelike gameplay, because if you play roguelike before, most of the fun is trying to make things work and find the combo that is really fun. So we will see if that's gonna happen or not. So you will encounter a wide range of variables, powerful choices, and corresponding new threats in the new mode. So yeah, first is a new power. So equipment system will be undergoing a significant change in the Salty. The effect cap of underutilized equipment will be removed, or the condition required to activate it will be expanded further, which means it's gonna cover a lot more playstyle instead of specific one. As a result, choosing which equipment to use on which combatant will result in a key strategic decision when clearing the runs. The influence of primordial intervention in chaos will also be strengthened. Fate effect, which feel underwhelming in most cases, as you know, will be overhauled to give you a better gameplay experience, such as altering core game rules, or contain or enhance specific combatant mechanics. We know some of these from the divine intervention we have in the Zero system already. Something like increase the number of basic card hit, or increase the damage of 2 costs or higher, something along those lines. We will see what they are cooking with this, right? So depend on which fate is selected, chaos experience will change significantly, making combatant composition and deck building choice even more important. That is a lot of promise, and I hope it's gonna be as fun as they plan, or at least as hard. Because the charm of roguelike is actually not beating it, but trying to beating it. So party composition in Salty, the method of forming your party have been revised. So instead of you have 3 combatants at the start of the run, you start with only 1 combatant, right? So you choose only 1 combatant. Again, this is marked here that this display is just a placeholder. This menu can be changed, the display can be changed. So yeah, just took this as just an example. And after you beat the boss of each floor, you're gonna get a random combatant you can choose to join your party. I'm gonna assume the random combatant can be anyone from the pool, not just what you have, because they mentioned that earlier in the previous dev video that they try to find a way for you to be able to play a combatant that you don't own. So I think this is one way to do that. And of course, the chain, unlike in the existing chaos run, which is really long, right? 15 tiles before you reach the boss, I think. So it's gonna change into only 3 events, 3 stages, and then you go to the boss. The final boss. Oh, okay. Okay, this is not what I expected. So there are gonna be 3 boss stages, and then you're gonna go to final boss. So there is 4 floors. How long each floor gonna take, we will see. I hope it's not gonna be too long. And Protoss will be able to assemble party up to 4 combatants instead of usual 3. So we will see about that, how that gonna work. And in addition, due to the combatant will vary each time is random, basically. The range of modified condition will appear, such as having all unique cards available or having all basic cards removed. As a result, the choice you make will be more important, depend on the team composition and situation at hand. Next is more dangerous and powerful chaos. Okay, various forms of chaos have been encountered throughout the story, but mission to destroy them have previously only been conducted through the simulation system such as Zero System. So in Salty, this is law stuff. In Salty, we didn't go into chaos through the simulation. We go in the real chaos for real. So the Protoss will face off against the true nature, a place where unpredictable danger and mystery intertwine at the very core. We will see how that will be like. So yeah, for Salty will feature some rule adjustment compared to existing Chaos run, and we also offer base difficulty that even Protoss with lower proficiency can challenge. Okay, yeah, there is difficulty level. That's fine. That's fine as long as the highest difficulty is challenging enough for me to have fun. And by building a deck through a simple choice and understanding combatant mechanic, Protoss will be able to beat this BTX Chaos core without excessive difficulty, assuming that's only applied to maybe level 1. If you can simple run level 1, that's fine. If you can simple run level 1, 2, 3, and 4, that is a problem. Right, you need to make is the difficulty spike jump at least twice between each level to have some fun, in my opinion. Additionally, the higher difficulty option of the Chaos will be available include new hardcore mode. So in hardcore, there's not gonna be a ring crash. When your HP get to 0, you dead instantly. Furthermore, various elements designed to intensify combat will be applied, such as increased action count for higher grade monster. In Salty, you will encounter numerous special entity monster, unique last species, new NPC, and unknown locations. Various challenge missions will also be available, depending on difficulty and the level, alongside a new hardcore mode. At high difficulty, prioritize survival and growth become essential until the powerful build is acquired. Gameplay will focus heavily on survival, and chaos elimination will dealing with never before seen threat and environment variable. Alright, a lot of promise, a lot of promise that this gonna be hard, this gonna be challenging. We will see how hard it's gonna be. My standard is quite high as someone who can beat Slay the Spell until maybe Ascension 5, Slay the Spell 2, Ascension 5 on first try. Next, okay, new Epiphany item Salty can be played without consuming Ether, but content exclusive currency can be earned by consuming Ether. I can assume it's like in the normal Chaos run we have those tickets, right? If you run out of ticket, you use 60 Ethers to get your gear and those things, yada yada. So it's gonna be the same with Salty. You can spend Ether to get exclusive currency. And with that, this currency will be used to acquire a new set of flash items, which allow you to editing, duplication, delete a card, divine epiphany, and more. How much this can be edited, we will see on the release, or at least whenever they release the detail. This item will be obtainable using this currency. So this is intended to reduce the burdens of player experience when trying to create a design safe data, and to establish an environment where diverse strategy can be more freely experimented. because you don't get a save data from this run, right? So you can play however you want, and you're gonna get these editing item that you can use to edit your save data. So instead of do like 10 run to get your perfect save data, you just do 1 run to get at least 1 save data of that character with a desirable equipment. All right, and mostly good enough card or deck, and then you go run Salty and get this item to edit your save file to become a perfect one. We will see how different that gonna feel. We will see. In addition, we are preparing further improvement to reduce time required for repeat play when creating save data. Alright. So they want to reduce the time you play the chaos. Next is chaos skip feature added. So basically this one, don't be happy yet. It's only for normal chaos run, and skip battle doesn't mean guarantee win, right? Because after you play skip, it's gonna calculate everything your team com, your card, your epiphany. The outcome may be vary. And to skip, you also need to use a ticket to skip the fight. And it's, from what I read here, it's only for 1 fight, so it's not that time saving, is it? I think. But hopefully when you meet the fight at the later end, maybe kick script will be better than just fight yourself. Who know? But yeah, they're gonna add chaos battle skip function, so we will see how this will work. Easing the Great Rift save data seasonal restriction. So basically this is still planning, but they know that we have such a hard time trying to farm the save data for the season, to do the Great Rift, to do the Nebula distortion. So they're gonna try to make it flexible, right? Maybe this is just that they're still reviewing the option, but one of the options is maybe extend the time you can use the season. For example, next is season 3, right? So you can use save data from season 2 and season 3 instead of just only season 3, or maybe from season 1 and 2 together and season 3. But then this will create some discrepancy, which is fair. In my opinion, is fair between people who play in the previous season and people who start in this season, right? Because if you play previous season before, you have the deck from previous season and you need to only build a little bit of this season, and you can use both of them together. But for people who start on this season, then they need to farm everything in this season. But why I say that is fair, because if you just start the game, you're not that fatigued, you still have fun with the game, you can grind how many times you want, compared to people who have go through war already in the previous season. So I think that is fair, right? I don't know what other people's opinion about this, but I think it's fair if you at least let us use the deck from the previous season or something along those lines. And lastly, the next showcase, right? The next game showcase. I can assume this is gonna be a big one. It's gonna happen in April. It's gonna feature a lot of things. It's gonna feature Salty. It's gonna feature season 3 content. It's gonna feature half anniversary reward for us. Maybe 10 pool. Who knows? But anyway, all of this will be shared in the upcoming April showcase. So we have like a week away from April, and if we go to the banner, either next week or at least it's not gonna be longer than 2 weeks, because this season gonna end in like less than 2 weeks. So Salty gonna happen when this banner end. So the live gonna be between those periods, right? Either next week or next week. But yeah, that all for this developer notes, I'm quite excited. Actually, I kinda interested to see what they're gonna do with Saucy. Because as someone who play a lot of roguelike, I want to see what kind of roguelike progression or roguelike gameplay they're gonna adopt into the Salty mode, and how fun it's gonna be. Because hey, the game have been open for 6 months already. People start to just get used to brain days doing chaos run, so have something new that gonna change something up is nice, right? In my opinion, it's nice. So yeah, that's all for me today. If you have any opinion, you can leave it in the comment down below. I believe the dev, or at least the community manager, looked through our content and our comment. So yeah, if you have anything to add on or what you want to see in the future, just leave it in the comment, and maybe we can discuss that too if I have free time. Anyway, that's all for me today. I hope you have fun playing video game. Good luck with your gacha. Have a good day, good night wherever you are, and see you again next time. And yeah, bye bye.